Hi everyone and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. So today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial, hence why I haven't got my face on. It's going to be a smoky eye tutorial and I'm also going to be trying these new Morphe brushes that I got. I haven't used them yet, they're literally still in the plastic, so this should be interesting. A few people have asked me to give YouTube a go and I've always wanted to try it, so this is kind of the reason for the video. And also I have a friend called Lucy whose sister can't go to prom because of the coronavirus stuff, and so they're having a prom in their back garden, which I think is really sweet, and Lucy asked me to do a smoky eye tutorial, so that is the reason for today's video. First of all, I'm not a makeup artist, so any actual MUAs that watch this, please don't come for me because I don't claim to be one. I'm just a girl who spends far too much time looking at herself in the mirror, so yeah. To begin with, I would recommend that you moisturise your face. I know not everyone does this, but I've literally always done it and I've never had a problem. So yeah, moisturise. I'm going to do that and then come back.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I've moisturised my face. I'm not going to go too in depth in products that I use other than the ones I'm going to use on my eyes because this is a smoky eye tutorial. But any moisturiser will do, literally. I use one that's actually a hand and face cream because I have the driest skin ever. And in quarantine, I have even drier skin. Didn't know it was possible, apparently it is. Next up, we need to do foundation. The foundation I use is called Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid, and I will include a little photo somewhere in here if I can. If I can't, I'll look like an idiot. So for foundation, I tend to put it like all over this area of my face and body, mainly just to get it to blend well, and also because I have quite red skin on my face and on my chest. A little tip, I guess, try not to get foundation in your eyebrows. I haven't done an amazing job at that. They are in my ears, in my eyebrows, as you can see, but whatever. So yeah, let's have a look at these brushes. They're literally all still in the plastic, so, and I don't know which brush actually does what, because I am not a makeup artist, so I am just gonna get any brush and give it a go. I don't know if it's labelled. I don't think it is, so I'm not gonna pretend I know the name. This brush, and the products I'm gonna be using for my eyes is the Naked 3 palette by Urban Decay. I got this like 3 years ago for Christmas and I still have it, so I would recommend it, I guess, because it lasts forever. And a Revlon palette. The look I'm going to do is smoky eye, but I'm going to do a half cut crease. So first of all, you want to go in with the colour that is going to sit effectively all around here. So I'm going to do a colour that goes around here, a different colour for my lid, and then a smoky colour around the edge. So first of all, I'm going to go in with the shade on the Naked 3 palette called Liar, and it's like a brownie gold, and you'll see they're all basically a brownie gold. And I have a mirror right here, which I'm now going to switch on so I can see a bit better. Yeah, and just basically go in with it. It doesn't matter if you get it on the lid because you are going to cut over it, and just whack it on and hope for the best. You need to obviously go around the lid, not just on the lid, because otherwise you won't see it. I'm quite happy with that. So as you can see, I've just gone in with with just one colour. I haven't gone all the way to the bottom because there's literally no point, because I'm going to cover it up. Yeah, and just go all the way around here. Done. So as you can see, that's one eye. I'm going to do this eye, probably speed this up so I don't bore the shit out of you. I always find as well when I'm doing my makeup that one eye will always go better than the other, and that is just something that I have accepted. Try to make it this eye, so I always do this eye first. So as you can see, I've done all the way around the edges and obviously missed off the lid because that is what we're going to come back to. Next is the cut crease, which is probably the hardest part, but actually a few practices and you'll literally nail it. Like it's fairly straightforward. So I'm just going to try and locate my Cut Crease Canvas. So this is a product by Revolution. It's called Cut Crease Canvas, full coverage eyeshadow base, and I have it in the colour, I think the colour is literally called Create, which is the lightest one. It's got a really thick consistency, and as you can see here, it goes on like a brush, which I don't like because you end up just getting too much on. So I'm going to use this brush. It has no meaning whatsoever. I got it from a Secret Santa 5 years ago or something. I got a bunch of eye brushes from a Secret Santa, and I don't know where it's from, but it's good for drawing a cut crease because you can flatten the brush. The cut crease I'm going to be doing is like a half cut crease, so it's not going to be over my full eyelid because I don't actually like that. I only like a half, so that's what I'm going to go in with. When you're putting the cut crease on, I know it's probably really obvious, but I'm just going to say it anyway. It has to kind of match the crease of your eye. So as you can see, if I look down, you can see here that this is my eyelid, and when I look like that, there is a crease, so it should match that. Don't worry too much if it doesn't, because obviously it's quite difficult, but yeah, that's what I aim to do when I do it. Also, disclaimer, you probably need quite a steady hand for this. I feel like I take I take for granted my steady hand because I've been doing makeup for a long time. So my eye is now closed because you kind of need to wait for it to set. A fun extra step that I have incorporated as of late is putting some translucent powder on top of the cut crease. So that is what I'm going to do now. Any translucent powder for this will do. I tend to use Rimmel powder, the matte maker one, which is pretty decent. I've used it for years. Yeah, so just whack this on, and this should mean once it's on, you should be able to open your eye a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, that's the half cut crease. I'll zoom in a little so you can see it, and by zoom in I mean I will literally just move closer to the camera. So that's the half cut crease. As you can see, I've still got a little bit left here. Next up, I will go in with the colour that's going to sit on the crease, which is going to be Trick. That's what it's called. The colour is called Trick, and it's basically a gold colour. I'm going to go in with the same brush. So that's, just to recap, I've done the outside colour and then the inside colour, and then I've kind of blended them just a little just because they're quite similar, and I think you don't need a super sharp crease for colours that are super similar. Next up, I'm going to switch brushes and go with a different brush that I don't know the name of. And this is to do the outside bit, so this is where the actual darker colour comes in, because at the minute I've just been using like golds. So I'm going to go in with the darkest colour on this palette, which is called Dark Heart, and it's basically black. And I'm just going to dab it on into the edge, just because I don't want to proper go in until I've sort of tested out what it's like, because if it's too dark it'll look shit. I like to do a little bit under the eye as well, just to kind of set it all. And this is where you should absolutely be blending in with the crease. As you can see, I've started to do that here. And then go around the edges. And literally, like, I know people say this all the time, but just keep blending, because the worst that's going to happen is you're going to have a bigger smoky eye, and that to me is not a bad thing. So yeah, that's all blended, and as you can see there's some overspill, which is why I don't set my face before I do my eye makeup. So I'm just going to tidy that up. So that's done. I'm going to now go in with another random brush that doesn't have any products on it, and just use this to blend all the colours together. Like I said, just keep blending and you'll end up with a good finished look. So that's done. We're nearly done, to be fair, with the eyeshadow. All I tend to do now is, I can't find the brush I've just used. There it is. Go in with the brushes you've already used and top up any colour that's just been smudged out too much. So I think the outside brown, the original brown, has been kind of disappeared. So I'm just going to go back in to that section. That to me is finished. The only thing I do now is I go back in with foundation, and I just, if it's gone, like you can see here, it's gone way too far. So I tend to just get the foundation and just dab around here, and it just helps it blend back in. Yeah, so if you've gone a bit too crazy with the colours, you can just use your foundations, just blend it back in, just dab it on, and it tends to just bring the colour back round. And then, yeah, if you also do under your eye. Up next is eyebrows. I'm going to be real, can't remember what the eyebrow thing I use is called. Oh, wait, no, it has it on the bottom. Revolution Brow Pomade in Soft Brown. I might actually use a new Morphe brush for this rather than my usual eyebrow brush, because why not? Just get your brush, stick some eyebrow stuff on, and just go for it. The brush I'm using is like a curved one. I have just put product on it, but as you can see, and then just whack it on. I tend to go in like little brush strokes, and then apparently it gives the effect of the hairs on your eyebrows already. So there we go. That's my eyebrow. Next up is eyeliner. I use a pot, and it's called Gel Liner, and it is by Maybelline, and it's called Eye Studio Lasting Drama in the colour black. Yeah, and it comes with like a little brush as well, which is helpful. So, I'm gonna use this little tiny one. Before I start, a good thing to do, I don't tend to do this so much nowadays, but when I was learning with eyeliner, is pull your lid. So pull your lid with one hand and then draw it on with another. It tends to just help you get a more smoother line rather than a crinkly line. And one thing to watch out for with a cut crease, it's harder to draw eyeliner on, just as standard, because you have eyeshadow and then cut crease, liquid stuff, and then more eyeshadow. So it can be a bit rough, but just work with it. For anyone that knows me in real life, which I'm assuming is most people that are going to watch this video, you'll know that I'm a fan of a winged eye, so that is what I'm going to do. I've been wearing winged eyeliner since I was 13, so I have attachment issues to it, and I don't know if I'll ever stop. So once you've got your eyeliner on, your lid, go ahead and wing it up. Start from under your eye and draw the bottom of the wing. Is that what we can call it? That's what we're going to call it, the bottom of the wing, and set where you want the wing to go. So I want to go up here. Once you've got the upward trajectory of your wing, as you can see here, you just need to go back down and fill it in, and that kind of helps make the wing look better. So once you've done it up, you can go back and just fill in any bits that are missing. So yeah, that's my winged eye, as you can see. So yeah, the next thing to do is to finish your eye with either mascara or a fake lash. I tend to use false eyelashes, but because I'm in quarantine and I'm not going to go anywhere, I'm not going to, because you only get so many wears out of a false lash. So I'm just going to use mascara. The mascara I use is by a brand called Elf. Length and Volume Mascara is what it's called, and it's in the colour black. Just go in with that. The next thing you need to do is go in with a makeup wipe or a cotton pad with micellar water on, whatever you use. I use micellar water, and just tidy up anything that's gone wrong on the eye. So any mascara that's been spilt over, any overspilt eyeshadow, anything like that. And then once you've done that, Go back in with your foundation and start to set your face. I'm only going to do this sort of around this eye because I need to do this eye, which I'll just speed up. So that is pretty much done. The only thing I like to do is put a little bit of colour under my eyes. And I tend to go in with like a lighter colour, so I'm going to go in with Dust. Is it called Dust? Oh yeah, it is literally called Dust, the colour. And I realised I said I was going to use the Revlon palette, but I absolutely haven't. I haven't needed it. So yeah, I've gone in with my Dust colour. And then I'm going to go in again with Dark Heart again and just... Okay, so that's all done. I'm going to now speed up this and do my other eye so I don't take forever. Once you've got your foundation on and you're feeling covered and all your problem areas are covered up and everything's nice and blended, you need to put translucent powder on your face, and this will set your face. It's important you get one for your skin tone. Sadly, I'm pale, so mine is just literally the colour translucent, and it's by Maybelline and it's called Maybelline Matte Maker, and then I've used a Rimmel one which I think is called Stay Matte, again in the colour transparent. Yeah, or Classic Ivory is another colour that I use. So once you've got all your powder on, sometimes it can feel a bit cakey. So what I tend to do is go in with like a bigger brush. I don't even know what this was called, I've had it that long, and just dust it off, I guess. Now what I'm going to do is take my hair and just put it in a higher ponytail, just because it's getting in my way, and I'm going to contour up here. Contour, right. The contour I use is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I didn't pay for it. It's really expensive, and if you're pale, I actually wouldn't recommend it because I can't use... It comes with six different shades, and I can't use most of them because they're too dark. I am going to use a flat contour brush, and the way I'm going to contour is I'll go in with the lightest colour and definitely dab off the excess because you don't want... Less is more with contour, trust me. And I tend to kind of suck my cheeks in and then draw a line, and then I'll show you after that. Now for me, I then blend, but I don't blend anywhere around here, I just blend upwards. So with the same brush, just blend it upwards so it stops being a big brown line and starts to look a bit more like contour. I just think you can actually see it now the way the light hits your face. Just it looks a bit more cleaner than if you blend it downwards. So other side. That's cheeks contour. Then I tend to, because I have a bit of a chubby face, I tend to contour my jawline. That's the contour of my cheeks and my jaw. I'm now going to contour my forehead. I don't do this that often. I only really do it when I'm going on a night out, but we're here, so I just thought I'd show it. I just contour kind of here and here, and that's because I have a giant forehead, so I like to just convince myself that if I do this, I'll make it look smaller. So that's contour. Up next, I'm going to highlight my face. I use the Kat Von D Shade and Light brush. I'm assuming it comes with the palette, or it can come with the palette. You can buy them both together, I have no idea. There's two types of brushes on the brush, and one is for contouring, I don't use it, and one is for highlighting. And I go in with the middle colour, I don't know what the middle colour is called, for these bits of my face, so just above contour. Go with the lightest colour down here, And honestly, this is more like a powder. It doesn't stand out too much, which I appreciate because I'm not a highlight person. But it does mean I can just put it wherever I want and it won't make too much difference. So a little bit on my lips, and then you're pretty much done, to be honest. Blusher. This is my brush. I don't know where I got it from. The blusher I use is called Blusher Reloaded, and it's in the colour Rose Kiss, and it's by Revolution. Pinch your cheeks together and essentially just go over where the contour is, but don't worry so much about the line that I talked about earlier. Just dust it over. A little bit on my nose, not a lot. Put my chin. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. A little bit on my nose, not a lot. Put my chin. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I've got hardly any lipsticks left, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I will use it. So that's pretty much it. Do your hair and all that stuff that you would when you get ready, and then you're pretty much set. I'll include some photos of the final look. But yeah, so that's my tutorial, and also the first go of using my new Morphe brushes. So yeah, thank you for watching, and bye.